Okay, test. Can you guys hear us? Thank you for that. I was not looking at the. Can you people in TV land hear us now? All right. And I was getting a bit of feedback that I think I just cleaned up now as well. So hopefully we should be good. So I just talked for what, about 3 minutes, and you guys didn't hear any of it. Fantastic. That's good. So welcome to our inaugural Fiasco, Panic at the Fiasco, where you are going to see us improvise a series of scenes that roughly approximate a movie like No Country for Old Men or There Will Be Blood or something like that, where bad things happen to pretty much everybody. It's not that there's no character you can empathize with, it's that all of them make bad decisions in their lives. The first one being trusting me with the audio. The game is billed as the game of bad decisions and poor impulse control, and so hopefully we'll see a little bit of that tonight. If you're interested in learning more about the game, go check out Bully Pulpit Games. They put out a ton of play sets, and we're going to play as many of them for you over the next several months as we can, with as wide a cast of characters as we can. This isn't like a regular role playing game in that dice rolling does not decide everything. The characters, by mutual consent and gamesmanship, will decide how the scenes play out on their own. So, in each act, there are two acts. Everybody plays two scenes. So, Drunk Dragon will start the first scene, and he'll say, "I want to do a scene with Harkle, with Griff." And my goal in this scene is this. At the end of the scene, the other three players will decide whether he succeeded or failed. If he succeeds, he gets a light die. If he failed, he gets a dark die. And then in Act 1, he gifts that to someone. In Act 2, he keeps it. And we'll explain what those dice are for in the second act, but those dice basically are going to determine these players' fates when all is said and done. That's the only real die rolling we will have. At intermission, there's going to be a tilt wherein weird stuff is going to happen that upsets the balance of their universe. I'm not going to talk too much more. I'm mostly here to explain rules and to pop in as NPCs as they need me. However, when they don't need me, what you'll see is this. Hey, where'd he go? Because he's not important right now. But when they do need me, I'll come back, and it's like magic. All through the world of television. But enough of my voice. Let's hear who are going to be telling you the story tonight. We'll start with Neil Armstrong Harkle. Well, okay. Thank you, Neil. Also, let's next meet Lazare. Did I say that right?
I'm Lazare Harkle Armstrong, and I am married to Neil, no relation Armstrong, and I am the brother of Annie. That's not right.
Oh,
Of Emma Jean Harkle. Yes, we are not twins, but I'm a little older, and she helps support me. We are monster hunters together, and I do like to buy lots of fancy, expensive equipment to help support my habit. She doesn't believe it, but I'm all in.
That's a nice transition to Emma Jean.
Hi, my name is Emma Jean Harkle. My brother, though he's my older brother, I have spent my life defending him. I've got a mean fist. Lately, ever since he got married to Neil, and he's been once again buying all these expensive toys to go on his monster hunting. Um, I've had to take a second job to support him. I've been working for Annie and on her farm to earn a little bit of money on the side. And yeah, that's about it for now.
Okay, last but certainly not least, Annie Armstrong.
Hi, I'm Annie. I am twin sister to Neil, and I have a very lucrative farm, but don't ask where it is because I'm not going to tell you. And I'll tell you later what I'm farming. But I'm supporting my brother and his husband because they don't have no income at the moment.
That is very nice of you. You are a good sister. Now, only thing left to do, and I just noticed that I didn't have the recording turned on, so we'll just have to download the video on demand later. Only thing left to do for our audience here is tell them a bit about the story they're going to be hearing tonight, which, of course, is The Beast of Sucker Creek. And in The Beast of Sucker Creek, the beast lives on. Sightings of a hairy man like creature in and around Sucker Creek go back hundreds of years. The legends of the Reado people tell of Niteshii, the Strong One, who lived in the dark swamps of the Sucker Creek Basin. Since white settlement of the region, reports of blood-chilling cries in the night and occasional sightings of the beast have been a fixture of local gossip. Is it a madman? A crazed bear? Something strange and wholly new to science? No one knows, but those who have crossed paths with it are convinced of one thing. The beast of Sucker Creek is real, and you don't want to make it angry. And with that, let's turn over scene one to Neil.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, I think I would like to do my first scene with Annie, because Annie and I we share a lot of stuff together. And one of the things that we share is this gorilla suit. It is this like lifelike gorilla suit, and I need it for something. And so, what I want in this scene is I want to convince Annie to please give me the gorilla suit.
Okay.
Okay. So I walk over. I probably go over to your like. Are you usually in the day? Are you at the farm? It's probably early in the morning, so I'm bringing you Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and I'm bringing you some donuts as well.
I'd be at home.
Okay. So I knock on the door, and I go, "Hey, Annie, are you awake yet? Are you up?"
I open up the door and I just look like a complete mess and I say, yeah, yeah, get in here.
Hey, so I'm really sorry to bother you. I know you are working so hard for me and so hard for my hubby and so hard for my little furry baby. And I was actually hoping, I know you give so much to me. Oh, I brought you donuts. Here's a jelly filled. Um,
Yeah, 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 yeah. What? I take the donut. What do you want?
I, I need the suit. And
Why?
I need, I need it for reasons.
No, that's not gonna fly. Why do you need the suit?
Well, I need the suit because my hubby has not been feeling particularly good lately, and he's having a little bit of a dip in his ego and mood. And I thought that maybe if I put on the gorilla suit and covered myself in sticks and mud, I could run through a campsite and it would spark up rumors of that beast in the woods again. And you know how excited he gets anytime it comes on the news of the story of the beast like running through the woods. So I thought that maybe I could just like growl at people a little bit, or even like run past the Piggly Wiggly, and just spark up some rumors just to get him off of the couch and doing something. Does that make sense?
You know I need that suit. You know it's part of my livelihood. And I
I
make the
know.
money. I make the money that's supporting y'all.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If your job is more important than my marriage and my happiness to my husband, that's fine. I'm sure that I could we could probably get divorced, like they do in the big city, and because it has been so hard, these past couple days. But you're right. You should make money. I guess I could live with you too after we get divorced, and could probably stay in your guest room.
Oh hell no.
But
No. No.
I mean,
No. No.
but if
Take the damn suit. I don't
okay,
want to hear no more of this pity party.
okay, thank you. I love you so much.
Yeah, you better prove it to me how much you love me.
I will, I will, and once he gets proof of an actual monster, that we're all gonna be rolling in the dough. I just need to. We're just killing time until that happens. Okay?
Yeah. Whatever. I have a steady flow of income here.
Okay. He runs over and like gives you a big hug, and kisses you on the forehead, and runs over and grabs the suit and just runs out of the house, and then runs back in the house and gives you another hug, and then runs back out to the car.
Yeah, love you too.
All right, I think we can all agree that he pretty much accomplished his goal there. So, unless anybody has some really strong arguments to the contrary, I think that's a light die.
I am gifting my light die to my sister Annie for granting me the gorilla suit.
All right.
So
So Annie
here we
has
go.
Annie has one light die. And I tried to, I've gotten some feedback from the channel that my audio is too hot and everybody else's is too soft. So hopefully I tweaked mine. Can you guys, is it a better balance now? Let us know. In the meantime, we're going to move off to scene two. And if you're not in a scene, if you want to look at your audio settings and see if you can make yourself louder, that would be awesome. But in the meantime, let's go to Lazare for Act One, Scene Two.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna talk to my sister, Emma Jean Arkle. Uh, I'm trying to purchase a brand new piece of machinery, and I'm a little short. So I'm gonna see if I can get her to help me negotiate or give me some money.
Yeah, I opened the door.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, uh, it is a hot night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hot night pretty much every night in the summer. But yeah,
Mind if I come in?
what do you want? What do you come in? Tell me what you want. What is it this time?
You want a beer?
Yeah, I'd like a beer. You got one?
No, I'm gonna get it from your fridge for you. Get one for me
Yeah,
too.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Uh, here you go.
Yeah, thanks.
So, man, hot night.
Yeah, it is.
You know what's good
Come
to
on,
do?
get to the point, okay? What do you need?
All right, okay. So I was over
I've
at
been working
Clem's.
my ass off all day.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, not really.
Okay. I was at Clem's and I saw it was beautiful. I think this is the piece I need.
Okay, what's the piece?
It is the swamp equivalent of a Doppler. It's a swampler.
A swampler?
Yes.
Wait, swampler or swampler? Not that it matters. You know what? It doesn't even matter.
You know,
Whatever happened
swampler
to
would
the
have been
piece
a
of equipment, the
would have been a better
swampler
name.
would have been better, wouldn't it? I should
Yeah.
name things. That's
You
what I should
should.
do.
You're good at naming all things. Remember the things
So
you named?
name do?
It predicts swamp weather patterns.
Predicts swamp weather patterns.
Yes.
I haven't finished paying off the last 3 devices that you've absolutely needed.
Well, you don't have to pay them off. You just have to pay them monthly.
Well, yeah. How are you doing on getting a job, sir?
Well, if I find this creature, we're going to be in big money. And I'm sharing.
And I've spent a lifetime finding critters with you, and we have found a hell of a lot of critters.
Yes.
But this swamp thing that you're after, I don't think it exists. I think you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time on something that isn't real.
Have we ever walked off a mission without a critter? Have we?
Well, we found that squirrel last week.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be considered a monster.
Did you see him jump? Ugly. That was a very big jump. That was an unnatural critter.
It was an unnatural critter. I agree with you that was an unnatural critter, and so was that lizard snake that we found a few weeks before. But this swamp beast. I mean, come on, that's crazy.
Okay, we have 3 pieces of evidence already to tell us the swamp creature does exist. 1, people say it does. 2, there was broken trees in the swamp. And 3, there was that footprint.
Yeah, but that footprint. Are you sure you didn't make that footprint? I mean, it was about the size of your foot. I mean, because you've got really large feet.
But I wear shoes.
It was a large feet.
It was a foot. It was a shoeless foot. I never go in the swamp without my shoes, unless they fall off.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes the swamp kind of pulls them off.
It does. But usually, I almost always have my shoes on.
That's true.
That was not my foot. Come on.
I don't know about this.
I'm an investment worth paying for.
Tell you what, if you can get me one more piece of verifiable proof on this swamp creature, then I will get you your swamper or swampler.
Swampler.
Is that what it is?
Should have been Swampler. You're better at naming things than most people are. It's a Swampler.
One more piece of proof, and I will get you your Swampler.
Okay, no wait.
Hang on a minute.
Is that the order of things?
Yeah, the proof has to come first, and then I'll get you your Swampler.
Okay, that's fair enough. But no questions asked about the price. That wasn't in the deal.
Fine. No questions asked about the price. Verifiable proof. You hear that?
Verifiable proof. No problem.
Now take your beer and go find a job.
All right, bye-bye. Creak. Oh.
All right.
Is Brian talking?
Oh,
I don't know.
he fixed the audio for us, but at what cost?
Did we lose? No.
I think Brian just nodded. Is Emma Jean next? And
but I have to.
Do I get an L or a D?
You get an L, a D.
A D?
Yeah, you didn't get your money.
You didn't get it.
You came really close.
All right.
But who are you giving it to?
Oh. I'm gonna give it to you, Neil.
Oh, thanks, baby.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, Emma Jean, I believe it is your go.
All right. I think for my scene, I am going to. I think I'm going to do the scene with a scene with Annie, because I need to convince her that I need a raise, because I think there's a good chance that I'm going to be paying for this new piece of equipment pretty soon.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I go into work to go out on the farm, and before I go out, I check in with her. At her, I guess your house is also kind of your office. All right, so going to check in with her. Knock on the door.
Yeah, who is it?
It's me. It's Emma Jean.
Yeah, come on in.
So I walk in and I've got a bit of a difficult proposal for you.
What now? Everybody wants something from me today. What do you want?
I'm going to need a little more money than you're paying me. But I
How
haven't
much?
I'm going to need an extra $2 an hour.
$2 an hour?
I know, but I have a justification for what I'm asking here. I have been working for you for 3 months now, and I've been working my butt off. And I don't know why you would set up that farm way out in the middle of the swamp. Do you have any idea how far I have to trek to get to your plants? Do you have any idea how many shoes I've lost in that muck? Stomping through the swampy, disgusting mud just to get over to those plants. Is there a reason that we have to trek that far out to get to them?
Yeah, actually there is. You know it's illegal to grow pot, right?
Well, yeah, I know it's illegal, but that is a trick. I mean, come on. And it stinks out there. It's just got that swampy odor. It's gag worthy.
How many people you know are going to go out there and stumble upon a pot farm?
Well, not a lot, but this
And
is
that's
why I need
why
$2 extra an hour is to protect you from all these other people that could stumble onto that. I'm going to need an extra $2 because, if I need to get some help to get out there because I'm just losing shoes, I mean, I could enlist someone and they could help me. But boy, I'm very good at keeping my mouth shut. Other people might not be so good at keeping their mouth shut.
I'll make you a deal. My brother's got something of mine that I need. If you can convince your brother to hand it over and get it back to me, you'll get your raise.
Well, okay, so tell me what it is. What does he have?
It's a gorilla suit.
Your brother has your gorilla suit.
Yes, he does, and I want it back.
Dare I even ask what your brother, who is married to my brother, is doing with that gorilla suit? No, I don't even want to know. Don't even tell me. I don't want to know. I will get the gorilla suit. You're going to be responsible for cleaning the gorilla suit because that's not coming out of my paycheck.
I am fine with that.
All right. I will get that gorilla suit for you.
You bring that gorilla suit, you'll have your $2 raise.
All right.
All right, we got a deal.
It's a deal.
Yay! Well, I don't think you succeeded. You got another stipulation.
Yeah. Dark dice.
So you get a dark dice, but you get to hand that off to somebody.
It's true. You know what? I think I'm going to hand that dark dice over to I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this gorilla suit. It just creeps me out. So I think I'm going to hand it to my brother because he gets the dark dice just for putting those images in my head.
All righty.
So Lazare gets the dark dice.
All right, Lazare, you got a dark dice. You writing that down?
I got it.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of this particular thing, but you have one more scene to do.
We have one more scene.
One more scene each.
Yeah. Annie Armstrong, you get to choose your scene for this round.
I think I'm going to go visit my brother and convince him to get a job.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm probably. What time of day is this?
Around noon.
Okay. Yeah. I'm at the house.
Still
I'm
not.
outside with the dog.
I bang rather rudely on the door.
Don't come in. We're naked.
It's me. Come out.
Oh, we thought you were one of those bill collectors. I'm so sorry. Usually that gets them out. I mean, I've had to go out there pantless a couple of times, but
I don't want to hear this.
Neil, is
Yeah.
it a bill collector out there?
no. Put your pants back on, Leslie.
Okay, do you want yours?
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
Here you go.
Thank you. What is
For
it?
the love. Can we talk, please?
Yes, we can. We can certainly talk. Do you want something to drink? I have water and other temperatures of that water.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Is this a private talk or can
No,
Lazare-
this is a private talk, please.
Oh,
All right.
Lazare,
I'll go back in.
can you go give the baby a walk? Go walk
Yeah.
the baby.
Winger.
All right.
Let's go for a walk.
All right.
Y'all baby that dog way too much.
He is our furry baby, and he is a show dog, and he is the most beautiful dog in the whole world.
He's a coon hound.
He is the most beautiful coonhound in the whole world. You know he is our furry baby.
Yeah.
What is this? sis?
Look. I'm working my ass off here, and I've got expenses to pay, and I don't know if I can keep doing this, man, bro. I need you to get a job.
Well, I've looked around for a job, and it's not that easy. Like I have delicate bone structure, and sometimes manual labor does not agree with me. But I mean, do you have something in mind? I'm open to suggestions. I could use a little bit of money.
I know you can use money. You've been taking money off of me for how long has it been since you worked at the Walmart Supercenter?
It has been 6 months, and you know it was because I got fired around Christmas time because that person doesn't think that The Grinch Who Stole Christmas is a Christmas classic, and I had to punch that manager in the face.
I'm gonna need you to be a little more professional. You need to get out there and find a job. Put in applications everywhere.
All right. I will put out applications, and I will push myself to be better because you support me. But maybe you could help me, and maybe you could use some of your contacts and find me like a high paying job.
I don't think having you in that type of job is a good idea.
Oh my goodness, you can't lie to me, and you can't lie to Jesus. I know everybody in this town is smoking the weed that you grow in that little cave, all right? You can use that connection and get me a good job. Maybe something with like the government. Oh, get me a job at the Target, the new one that just opened.
What about this husband of yours? Is he making money?
He has a source of income.
Hi guys, I'm back.
Hey, let's
Oh, it's tense. I'm going back out.
Yeah,
Come on,
please
Winger.
go outside. Yeah. Would you get some water for the dog, please? Though he looks hot.
What temperature?
Lukewarm.
Okay.
Okay. I will go get a job. I promise. You have done enough for me that it's the least I can do. Okay.
Okay, you better.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay. Give me a hug.
I give him a hug.
Okay, not that long. That's too much of a hug. All right, that's enough.
I shove you away real hard. You shut up and go get a job.
All right.
I come back over. That was a long hug.
I know, right? It was like 3 seconds too long.
What happened there?
She told me I gotta go get a job.
Ooh.
It's all right. I've been looking to get one anyway. I just wasn't gonna tell her that.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been looking.
Okay.
I think I found one too.
Okay.
It's not great.
You gonna tell me about it, or we're just gonna keep it?
No, I want to surprise you.
Ooh.
It's not that kind of surprise. Get your mind out the gutter.
Oh,
Go get me some lukewarm water too.
okay, I'm gonna get some cold water for myself because we've got
Okay,
all
ooh.
temperatures inside.
Oh, fancy.
Okay. Be right back.
Yeah. Hey. Well, we still can't hear you yet, Brian, but we're working on it. But Nitro, I appreciate all of the job suggestions for my character in the chat. Thank you all so much. Annie, I think you got what you were looking to get. So
I think
I'm going to
so.
give you a light die that you can hand off to anybody else you want to, for any reason you want to.
I'm going to give that to my brother for actually getting out there and finding a job.
Oh, do you know what this means? I have a dark die and a light die. My date is going to suck. Okay. I would like to have this scene with Lazure as I come home after a day of pounding the pavement. And this is me, Lazure, because I've heard some things that he's been saying around town, and I want him to start saying our last name the correct way.
So this is going to start the second half of the act?
This will start the second half of Act 1.
Does that mean you heard me?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Can you still hear me if I'm not on the screen?
I believe so.
Okay, so we are now into Act 1, Scene 5.
All right. So this is me coming into the house and dropping a black garbage bag right as I open the door, and I go, Lazare Armstrong Harkle, have you been walking around this town telling people that your last name is Harkle Armstrong?
My last name is Harkle Armstrong.
No, I believe it is not, because if I look at my Facebook, which is Facebook official, it will say that I'm married to Lazare Armstrong Harkle, not Harkle Armstrong. Now, who are you telling? We talked about this, right?
You set up my profile.
I did set up your profile because you have not changed your password in the past 15 years.
Why do I gotta change the password? I got nothing to take.
Well, I just need you to start telling people the right way to say your last name, because it embarrasses me in front of all of our friends.
Harkle Armstrong rolls off the tongue. Armstrong is much harder to say.
Okay, it is alphabetical order. Armstrong Harkle, we have talked about this. Harkle Armstrong sounds like you are hawking up a loogie in church and you are trying to keep it quiet in front of the pastor.
But if I put my name, Lazare Armstrong Harkle, people call me La.
What is wrong with that?
I don't want to be called La.
Who is calling you La?
Clem.
I will talk to Clem, okay? Clem is an idiot. He ate too many paint chips when he was a child. You know that he is not right.
Well, look, I don't like the names in that order. It's just not my preference.
Well, maybe I do not like sharing a marriage bed with somebody who goes back on their word.
This is literally the only thing we ever fight about. And this you go right to divorce from there?
I'm not saying about divorce. I'm saying this couch is comfortable. We bought it at a secondhand store, and you are going to enjoy the hell out of this couch until you start saying your last name the correct way.
That seems a little extreme.
It does, doesn't it? Now, what is your last name?
I'm not talking to you.
Then I am not talking to you.
What? I heard a bug, I think.
Oh my goodness, you are so immature. And I grab the black garbage bag and I go into the bedroom and I slam the door 4 times.
That seemed excessive.
You seem excessive. Shut up.
I didn't hear you talk. I just heard the door slam.
I just heard a dummy say dumb stuff.
I live with a ghost.
I live with an idiot.
You heard what he called you, Winger? He called you an idiot.
Winger, I did not say
He
that to
hates you, but he doesn't love you as much as I do.
Do not listen to Bad Daddy. Do not listen to him.
How dare you, sir?
Oh, well, now you can hear me?
What? What? I didn't hear anything.
And scene. No, it did not go well, Brian. Thank you very much.
I do not think it went well for you at all.
No. I will take this. Because I'm feeling feisty and I want to hurt somebody and I can't hurt him, so I'm going to hurt his family. So Emma Jean, you take this dark die and you think about what your brother just did to me.
All right, Emma Jean. So I guess you have a dark die. That means that Emma Jean has a dark die. Annie has a light die. Lazare has a dark die, and Neil has one each. Let's go to Act 1, Scene 6. Lazare, what you up to?
Well, I'm not talking to Neil. I think what's going to happen is I'm out somewhere, and I try to find out what's going on at Amy's farm.
All right, you're going to go try and find out what's going on at Annie's farm?
Yes.
Are
I'm
you-
going to go to Clem's.
You're going to go to Clem's? Are you, okay. What's your
All
goal?
right.
What's your goal with Clem here?
I want to find out let's see. I was going to say try to find out what's going on at Annie's farm. I think that I'm going to try to get that evidence, and I'm going to start with Clem
All right.
because I need to find evidence to give to Emma Jean.
All right, so your goal here is to get some evidence from Clem.
Yes. Ding.
Hey, Lazare.
Hey, Clem.
Lazare Harkle Armstrong, as I live and breathe.
You know the right way to say it, my brother.
Well, of course I do. What can I do you for? You in here for that swampler?
Soon. Very soon, my friend. I did enjoy the depth device. It did, in fact, predict I would be up to my neck in swamp, and I was.
What did I tell you? I told you that device is worth its weight. But did you know that they got this newfangled thing called Blue Teeth or something like that? And like you can pair the swampler with the depth device. They just link each other up automatically. You just turn them on and they start talking to each other. It's just like mod.
Wi-Fi in the middle of the swamp.
Oh, it don't need no Wi-Fi. They just talk to each other.
They do?
It's like Maud and Irma down at the coffee shop. They just start
That's gonna be-
talking and they don't stop.
Okay. That's going to be a little noisy out there hunting for the swamp critter.
No,
But
it's quiet. They like talk like, what's that word? Telepathetically or something like that.
Telepathetically.
You know, like just
All right.
they use their brains to talk. Their brains talk to each other, and they don't even need mouths. You need.
So I
this-
can pre-order that, right?
Well, I mean, I got one in stock, but I don't want to. You know, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but Earl was in here earlier, and he was looking at it. He was looking real hard
Wait a
at it.
second. Wait a second now. Earl, he is looking for that swamp beast too.
Why, you know what? He is looking for that swamp beast. You're right.
So if he got that thing, he must have a lead on something. That's almost an evidence.
You know? Oh, did you need evidence?
Yes. I have to prove that the creature exists. I got 3 pieces already of evidence. I got that people said that it's real.
Right. I mean, that's true.
Yes, I got the broken trees at the swamp,
Yep. Everybody knows that.
and I got the footprint.
And yeah, the footprint. Everybody knows about the footprint.
Yeah. So Emma Jean says one more, and I get the swampler.
Did she say?
By the way, you know she's really good at naming things.
I did
Remember
not.
Remember when she renamed your swamp shovel to Swivel?
I do. Was that her? I did not know
Yes.
that was her. She. You know, if she needs a job, I mean, I don't pay much for naming things, but I could always use another pair of hands around the store.
Remember when you froze that swamp water and gave it out as she came up with swampsicle?
You know, she's just good at like sticking the word swamp in front of other words. I think that's her secret.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Well, you know, if you want some proof, I do have a couple things that I could loan you.
Proof of her putting swamp in front of stuff?
No, we all know she does that. We just talked about it. Come on. Come on.
For the creature.
The creature, right.
What do you got?
I got 2 things.
From Earl?
No, not from Earl. They're fresh in, though.
Earl doesn't have them.
Earl does not have these yet. So, he reaches under the counter, and he pulls out a plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag, one of like the gallon-sized ones, the big Ziploc, and inside it is what looks like some kind of white material shaped like a foot.
Why are you keeping a foot underneath your desk?
It's not a foot, you idiot. It's a plaster cast of the actual footprint.
That's better. I left my print in the swamp.
Right. This is one you can carry around with you. You can show people.
What's your other thing?
Oh. And he goes back under the counter and he pulls out a little envelope and he pulls out 3 grainy, out of focus photographs of a swamp monster. Had one of them tourists in here wanting one of them 1-hour photo things, and I seen these in his pictures, and so I just made a couple extra copies and kept for myself.
It's kind of grainy and out of focus.
Well, you know, I mean, he was probably moving fast. You know, he is.
But I do see. Oh, he's moving fast. Why was he running and taking pictures at the same time?
Well, I don't rightly think he was taking the picture. I think the tourist saw him, and I don't know if the tourist was running away because he was being chased by a swamp monster, or if the swamp monster was running because the tourist done seen him. I can't be sure.
Oh, you mean the swamp creature was moving, possibly.
I think so.
I got a real pronoun problem. Okay, so
Fortunately, you got that last name problem all sorted out. Neil agreed, right? I know you guys were going to talk about it.
Yeah, we talked. Well, more like screamed about it, and no, not.
Oh dear.
Hey, look, man. You know, we agree on everything else. There's nothing we fight about. We even like agree that we love the dog the same amount.
Hey,
unless we're fighting.
Where's Winger on this issue?
On whether the name is right?
Yeah.
I hadn't thought to ask him. He would balance out our argument by being the 3rd vote in the House.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You know what you could do?
Yeah.
You could take 2 bowls of dog food.
Okay.
And you can put them on the floor.
Yeah.
And put one name on one bowl, put the other name on the other bowl. And whatever bowl he goes to, that's the name that he chose.
So like put Fido on one bowl and Winger on the other bowl?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, go with that.
All right, I don't have any extra bowls.
You see him? I'll sell you a bowl. I got another dog bowl right here. Just $5 for the dog bowl.
All right, so I'll take the footprint and the dog bowl. Can you hold the grainy photographs for me?
I'll hold them for you if you promise that you're gonna come back and buy the Swampler.
Well, yeah. Actually, if I get both of those things, I'll get both.
Okay.
Because my sister, she asked for 4 pieces of evidence. If I go for 5 pieces of evidence, I'm definitely getting the Swampler.
I'll tell you what.
Swampler.
If you give me $25, the $20 will be a deposit on the Swampler, and I'll just take that right off the price when you come back.
You take rolls of pennies?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Hold on a second, because I don't carry all that around on me. I gotta go to the tree outside where I stuffed the rolls of pennies. Just 1 second. I shouldn't have told you where I kept the pennies. All right, I'll be right back. Da-ding, 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 da-ding. Here you go.
And you just throw several rolls of pennies on the counter.
Yep. I think, is that 25?
That looks about right. Lazare, pleasure doing business with you. He gives you a dog bowl, the foot, and the photos. He says, and I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold that guy for a good 24 hours. That Swampler.
Oh, only 24 hours?
Well, I mean, Earl might come back, but you definitely got dibs.
What? Okay. Don't sell it. Call me if you got. I don't have a phone. Okay. All right, I'll be back. Ding ding.
All right,
run home.
That was a long journey. I honestly don't remember what his goal was. Does anybody remember what he was trying to do there?
Evidence.
Get evidence.
Get evidence.
I would call that a success. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
All right. So you got a light die that you could either give to your hubby, to your sister, or to the nice pot lady that you don't even know.
I don't know her yet, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to Emma Jean.
All right. So Emma Jean has a light and a dark.
Yay.
Annie just has a light. Neil has a light and a dark. And Lazare just has a dark. And that brings up Emma Jean. Emma Jean, what's your goal here?
All right. My goal is to get that gorilla suit. I'm actually going to go originally to speak to Lazare, but he's out talking to Clem. So I'm going to end up encountering Neil at the house instead.
Okay.
So that I can have a conversation with Neil about this gorilla suit.
Okay, so you're going to go visit with Neil and you're trying to get the gorilla suit.
Try and get the gorilla suit.
All right, here we go.
All right, so I knock on the door.
All by myself. Don't want to be.
I knock louder. Hey,
all
are you okay in there?
myself. No, I'm not. I'm distraught.
Can I come in?
You can do whatever you want.
I open the door. I say, is my brother here?
No, he is not here. He is missing, and so are my rolls of pennies for date night. So
Oh my gosh. Did you guys get in another fight again?
We got into a fight about how we say our last names, and then that translated into taking all the rolls of pennies for date night. So I don't know how we're going to go cosmic bowling on Thursday.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm essentially having the worst day that anyone has ever had in their entire life.
Well, I brought you something. I mean, it's for my brother, but you can have it. I mean, you can share it with him if he doesn't piss you off anymore. I brought a swamp berry shortcake. I named it myself.
What is in it?
Well, it's strawberries and some berries I found in the swamp. I'm not quite sure what kind they are, but they taste real good, and I'm not dead yet, so they should be fine.
Is gluten in it? Because Dr. Phil said we should not eat gluten.
I got gluten-free gluten. See?
Oh, that is fancy. Yes, I will cut you a piece.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what gluten is, but we will have this because it is gluten-free.
Well, I'm almost sure that that's probably what this is. It's delicious.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you should eat it.
Yes. All right. Well, yes. So I fix a slice of cake, a slice of pie, and put it on the paper plate. Give it to you, and sit down on the sofa and start eating.
So I was actually here because I needed to get something for my brother. But I was hoping that you might be able to help me out. I need to bring that gorilla suit back to Annie. Do you think I could just borrow that and then squeak on out of here and get that taken care of today?
No. I mean, I was gonna bring that to her tomorrow.
Okay. She kind of needs it today.
Why does she need it today?
It was really important.
What is she doing with the gorilla suit? Did she tell you what she's doing with the gorilla suit?
Well, I didn't want to pry or anything. I mean, I am her employee, and so I'm supposed to be doing what she needs me to do, and she needed that gorilla suit.
So she sent you with the express purpose to get this gorilla suit.
That sounds accurate.
Okay.
That sounds like something that would totally happen.
So you did not come here to talk with me and do some bonding and bring this pie. This was just you on a mission to get this gorilla suit.
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here. I was coming to talk to my brother, and then I saw how much he hurt you. And I was just so sad for you that he hurt you as much as he did, because I love my brother, but sometimes those hurtful words can come out of his mouth, and it rips your soul.
How do you pronounce our last name?
Armstrong. Oh, you mean yeah. Well, it would be Armstrong Harkle, correct?
Yes, let me go get you this gorilla suit. And please tell her I have not dry cleaned this thing. And if you could leave the rest of the pie here, I will make sure that he gets some. But I may have another slice or two while he is gone.
Okay, yeah, you can sure do that.
All right. Yeah, he goes and gets the gorilla suit. And
as he's walking, she's like, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, Armstrong Harkle, can't you just be Armstrong Harkle and he can be Harkle Armstrong? Wouldn't that work?
You know, it is the funniest thing. I don't have the gorilla suit. I must have left it somewhere. It is not here at the house. So I guess I'll just have to go find it and bring it back.
I don't understand what the big deal is.
You know
Why
what?
are you so upset about this?
Why don't you keep an eye out? It'll be on a black bag, and it'll either say Harkle Armstrong or Armstrong Harkle on it, depending on which way the wind blows that day. And because the gorilla suit is not here, and I would like to ask you to leave.
Listen, I know you got that gorilla suit, and you were going to give me that gorilla suit, because you're going to give it to me nicely, or I'm going to take it from you. You go back in that room, and you get that gorilla suit right now, you hear me?
I walk into the room, and I pick up my phone, and I call the police and say, there is a woman at my residence. She is drunk. She is all hopped up on the pot, and she is threatening violence against me.
I grab the phone out of his hand. I throw it across the room, but onto the bed so that it doesn't break. And I'm like, you need to shut the hell up. I am not drunk. I need that gorilla suit. Now, you point it out now, or you're going to get a black eye.
You can hit me all you want. I know how to take a punch. I took stage combat for 3 years at the community college, and they don't even have a 3-year program. I just took the same class 3 times.
I grab his arm and I pin it behind his back so that he's like, that shoulder grab where it's pinned and it's like just, he can't move and it hurts, where I can squeeze it a little bit and it's like, ow. Yeah, I just got his arm pinned behind his back, because I've been in quite a few fights in my lifetime. You're going to tell me where that suit is.
You better break this arm, Pepe Le Pew, because I'm not French and I'm not surrendering, so break it.
I squeeze it tighter. You're going to talk.
You got about 45 seconds, because I know the police are at the Dunkin' Donuts, and that place is very close to my house. So you got about 45 seconds before you hear sirens coming to this house. I say it's tick-tock, little girl. Tick-tock. How much weed?
I squeeze it.
Ow! How much weed smell is on those little Ugg boots you're wearing right now?
I squeeze it one more time, and I said, listen, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get that gorilla suit. Or my name isn't Emma Jean Harkle. And I run out the door.
Cool. I go to my phone, and I flip it closed, because I never dialed 911.
All right. I think that was a dark die, because I do believe Mr. Armstrong Harkle still has his gorilla suit. Emma Jean, who is going to get that dark die?
I'm gonna hand that dark die right off to Neil.
All right.
Baby, we have been married so long. We have never had a cat fight. That was amazing.
All right, that brings up our last scene of Act 1, and then we're going to go to our intermission, and weird stuff will happen in the intermission that we'll tell you about after the break. So, Annie, what's going on?
I, too, would like to go visit Clem.
Oh, we're going to go visit Clem.
I have a business proposition for him.
Okay. Clem is listening. All right, so head on in to see Clem.
All right. Ding ding. Hey, Clem.
Well, hey Annie, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. How's it going with you?
Oh, business is good. You see him like breaking up rolls of pennies and putting some of them into the cash register, and then taking some of the rest and sticking them in the safe under the counter.
Hey, I know we've been doing business for a while now. I'm wondering if you've got that money for me.
Well, of course I got that money for you. I've been moving some good product here. No thanks to your idiot brother-in-law, but
I know.
I don't know what your brother sees in him, but all I know is you say his last name the way he wants you to, and do anything you want.
I know. He is a pain in the ass, but we just tolerate it. Look, so we've been doing business for a while, and I've been giving you some good stuff. You've been giving me some good stuff. Now I have another business proposition for you.
All right. But first, hang on a minute. He reaches under the counter. Here's your cut of the drug money. And here's your cut of all the stupid ass equipment that I've been selling your brother-in-law and and his sister there. Can't believe they keep buying that crap.
I know, right? They haven't figured it out. They still believe the thing is real.
Well, I mean, can't really blame Lazare. I mean, I think he was dropped on his head one too many times as a boy.
Look, I got a problem right now. I don't actually have the suit. My stupid brother took it, and I'm hopefully gonna get it back.
Well, we need
soon.
We need that suit.
I know. I'm working on it.
Well, how the hell did he get his hands on the suit?
He emotionally manipulated me into giving it to him. He started he talked crazy, Clem. He talked crazy to me.
I thought you were better than that. Come on.
I tried, but he threatened to move in with me.
No, that's low.
It is. I couldn't do it. I had to give him the suit.
Well, do you know where it is?
I assume he has it.
All right.
So, if Emma Jean can't get it back, I'd like you to get a group of guys together to go and get that suit back. We need that suit.
I have the perfect guy. We'll take care of it for you.
Is he reliable? I mean, not my brother type of reliable, but actually reliable?
I don't know. Do you consider Deputy Caleb Tompkins reliable? I've been selling him your product for a while now.
That could work.
I think he's in.
I appreciate it greatly, sir.
All right.
You know what? For this, I'm gonna cut you in on a bit of extra. When that next shipment is ready to go through, I'm giving you 25% extra.
Well, thank you kindly.
No, thank you. You get that gorilla suit back, and we'll be square.
All right. I'll get it for you as soon as I can. Probably by tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, sir, and I leave.
And you have a nice day, ma'am. Ooh. That took a turn.
This is amazing.
I do believe Annie was successful. I also believe I can't get out of this stupid accent. So, Annie, you have a light die. At the moment, Emma Jean has a light and a dark. You have only a light. You can't give yourself a die. Your brother has one light and two dark. You could even him out. Or Lazare has only a dark. You could even him out. What would you like
You
to
know,
do?
for the simple fact that she beat up my brother, I'm gonna give it to Emma Jean.
Ah. So that means at the end of Act 1, Emma Jean has 2 light and 1 dark. Annie has 1 light. Uh, Neil has 1 light and 2 dark. And Lazare has 1 dark. Alright, folks, we are going to take a break now, about 5 minutes. We're going to do a little thing called the tilt, and when we come back, we'll tell you all about that. Stay tuned for more fun. And we are out. Nice. Fire. Nice, nice twist at the end there. Uh, Sound is still live? How is that? Fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, there was a bit of crashing in the background over here, and we forgot to turn the sound back on. So we're good. So, Act 2, thank you. We are now into the second act. At the intermission, we rolled all of those dice that they got and looked up some tables to decide what extra bad things we could give these guys. And we have added 2 things into the chat for you to look at. These are what are known as the tilt. So someone in the cast at some point in Act 2 must do these things. Cold-blooded score settling, and something precious is on fire. We don't know what the something precious is, but we do know that it's on fire, and we know it's going to be bad. So, in this act, instead of giving away the dice, they will keep them. The other interesting thing about Act 2 is, as the dice pool starts to dwindle, outcomes are going to be forced. If the first 4 scenes all go well, then the next scenes have to go poorly. The final scene is a wild card scene, and that can go well or poorly regardless of what die is left. So it's possible for them to squeeze an extra light or dark die out. But enough of my talking, especially since I screwed up the audio again. Let's get back to Act 2. Neil, Act 2, Scene 1. Where would you like to go?
I would like to go talk to my husband, and I would like to get him to handle Emma Jean for me.
When you say go to talk to your husband, where are you going to go?
I imagine that he is near Clem's, because he tends to hang out there a lot.
Okay.
Or if there is a bar in town that he would more than likely go to.
I think it's safe to say there's probably a bar in town.
Yeah, what is the name of this local bar?
The name... go ahead, you give you.
oh, are you asking me?
Yeah, what's the name of the bar you tend to go to, sweetie?
Oh, well, I spend a lot of my time at the Purple Possum.
The Purple Possum. So I go over to the Purple Possum, and I say, I see you at the bar, and I sit down next to you, and the first words out of my mouth are, I think I owe you an apology.
Well, that's interesting.
And the more I think about it, the more I think that you are right. That Harkle Armstrong flows off the tongue a lot better. And it is a much better sounding last name, and I'm sorry I got upset about it.
I don't even know what to say. That's amazing. That's very touching.
And I just I want you to tell your sister that she can stop hitting me.
Now wait a minute.
And
what? Wait.
Bending my arm back, and that you can have the last name however you want it.
Wait.
And that I'm really sorry. Just please tell her not to hit me anymore.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Are you? Did she hurt you?
Well, yeah. She said she came over to the house because you told her to rough me up a little bit so that you could get the last name changed. So that's yeah. So
they let dogs in the Purple Possum.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm so glad you brought Winger. I've been looking everywhere for him.
Yeah. Well, they're cleaning the dishes. They're Look. Well, there's 2 things. One is my sister's been obviously mean to you, bending your arm back.
Yeah, I mean,
and the other.
Look at my bruise. I got a bruise on my arm. I didn't do that to myself.
So you say, but then you came in here and your first words to me were talking about the name. I mean, was it genuine? Did you mean that? Or was you just talking in fear?
The more I think about it, the more I do think that name flows better. But fear definitely added to me changing my mind a little bit. It is amazing what sort of pressure you can feel upon yourself. She did say that she was trying to get a gorilla suit as well that belongs to my sister. So I went ahead and put it in
what?
a gorilla suit. It's this thing that we have.
What?
Me and my sister, we share this gorilla suit. So
what's happening? What? You have a gorilla suit, and this is a bone of contention between the two of you? You share a gorilla suit?
Okay, this is not the weirdest thing.
This is the weirdest conversation.
Weirder than your sister physically assaulting me in our own home when you weren't there?
She is mean.
She is mean. So I need you
to... weird so much as normal.
I need you to do a couple of things for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
One, I need you to change your Facebook so that it reflects the proper last nameage.
Now, you know I don't have a phone.
I will change your Facebook for you. So that's one thing off your list already. Okay. You are so smart.
I do not ever post anything. It's just really the only thing on Facebook is the fact that you are married to.
It's true.
Really all you need to do is just change the name there.
All right. Two, I need
there was a two.
There's a two. I need you to tell your sister to stop accosting me.
Okay.
And three, I need you to bring this gorilla suit to my sister because I do not want to deal with her or your sister anymore. And I put it by the tree, by Clem's, where you tend to hide stuff, where you think nobody knows you hide stuff in. You go ahead and announce that to every single person in this town. Yes, everybody knows that you're hiding tree. All right? And I found a roll of pennies in there. We will talk about that another day. I don't want to add too much to our plate. The gorilla
There's a lot coming out of this conversation.
I know. The gorilla suit is by the tree. I love you. I'm taking Winger home.
Okay.
And just take care of the gorilla suit for me, and we will talk tonight.
Oh, so you're heading home? Could you take this footprint in a baggie as well as these grainy, out of focus pictures?
I don't want you giving me any more shit for a gorilla suit if you're going to give me a footprint and shady pictures.
Well, that seems like a fair exchange.
Fair exchange? Okay, I love you very much.
Love you
and then he kiss him on the cheek, and he grabs a footprint and the shady pictures and goes home.
On the cheek. That's very impersonal.
We are in a bar called the Purple Possum.
Yeah.
Mama didn't raise no fool.
Who's mama?
My mama.
Oh.
Did your mama raise you a fool?
Well, I'm kind of confused.
Oh my God!
By the whole.
You are so lucky. You are pretty. I swear to God.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay. I'll just stay here and drink.
Take care of the gorilla suit.
Oh, yeah. The gorilla suit. Okay, yeah. I got it. I'm bringing it to your sister. Your sister, right?
Yes, my sister. Oh my God. Yes, my sister.
Okay. I just want to make sure because we both got sisters.
I know, my sister.
Okay. I got it. You can count on me.
I walk out the door and give him one of these.
21. That's right.
And shake my head and walk out the door.
21.
I think you were successful.
I think I was too, and I'm eliminating those light die early.
Yeah, so that things go bad fast. All right. So, light die for Mr. Armstrong. I'm sorry, Mr. Harkle Armstrong, at least until the next fight.
Which is good because this evens me out to 2 light and 2 dark.
Oh, that's a word for it. All right, Lazare, you're going to get to keep whatever die you get here, and you are up. What's your goal?
Now, I only have the dark one.
You only have a dark die so far.
Oh, so far. That's right. Okay.
That means you will definitely end up unbalanced because you're going to get 2 dice this act. Winger, go home.
Okay, well, I'm going to go deliver. My goal is to get the gorilla suit into the hands of Annie.
Okay.
And I have to walk through swamp to do that.
Yes.
All right.
However, your first obstacle is going to start when you get to the tree and that bag ain't there. So that's where your scene's going to start, just to let you know.
Okay.
So, and go.
All right, tree. This is where we part ways. Apparently, you've been talking to people, giving away the secrets within you. So, all right, I'm just gonna reach in here and just take the bag out, and then you and I talk. Reach, rope, grope, 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 grope. Where's my bag? God dang it. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna go to Annie's and drop off this gorilla suit. Not bad. I gotta go talk to Clem. Ding ding! Clem!
Oh, hey there, Lazare. Didn't expect to see you so soon.
Clem! I had a bag in that tree. You know where I keep my coins?
Oh yeah, the hiding tree.
So you do know where I keep my coins.
You just told me like maybe a couple hours ago. You been drinking, Lazare?
Did you? Yes. Yes, I have. Did you go in the tree and take something out of the tree?
Now, why would I go into your hiding tree?
That's a good argument. You're right. You and. All right. Did you see anybody else go in the tree?
Now, I've been in the shop. I've been just minding
Do you have
the
a tree
store.
cam?
You know, it's on my list for the security system, but until I make a little bit more money, I could probably put in a tree cam off the proceeds, the profits of the Swampler. Maybe once you buy that, I could install a tree cam and kind of put some security outside the building here.
I'm gonna let you have a swamp time machine, as my sister would call it.
Right. I don't have one of them swamp time machines. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Can we really call it a tree cam though? Should it be a swamp tree cam?
What are you trying to be, Imogene? Is that what's happening right here?
Well, I'm just trying to. She's so successful when she does that kind of stuff. I was hoping some of that success might rub off.
It just doesn't sound the same when you do it.
I guess it doesn't. All right. I'll just leave.
All right. Well, look, I gotta get this gorilla suit over to Annie, so I'm gonna head on out.
You get it. You're bringing that suit to his sister.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, because why are you asking?
I don't know. I just didn't know you ever really talked to Annie. I'll never hear you talk about Imogene, so I figured you'd be bringing it to your sister.
Oh, I could bring it to my sister.
What did Neil tell you anyway?
Things. He talked all kinds of things. He told me, first of all, that the name that we agree on, you and I agree on, is the name. And he's going to change it on the Facebook.
And you didn't even need the dog bowl, or did you use the dog bowl?
I haven't gotten it.
Where is the dog bowl? Did you leave it in the bar?
I think I left it in the car. Oh, there's the dog.
Maybe Winger can go get the bowl.
Winger! Good. Oh, I think you went already to get the bowl.
That is
There
a
he goes.
smart dog.
All right, well, I'm going to go to Emma Jean's, like I've been saying,
Okay.
and I'm going to give her the gorilla suit.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right, look. You let me know when that tree cam comes back, and then I'll start putting stuff back in that.
All right. I will let you know.
Until then, I'm going to have to find another hiding place.
Hey, there's always the big rock down the end of the block. There's you could dig out a little hollow under the rock, and you could just hide your stuff there. We could call it hide and rock.
I do appreciate your thought on that.
I didn't mean to break you. Go see Imogene.
Oh, okay, sorry, thanks. Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Hi. What do you need?
What? I got. Is this your suit?
Where'd you get that?
It's not important where I got it. What's important is someone been taking the stuff out of my tree. Someone
Yeah, she
took
snatches the suit out of his hand.
Oh, okay. I guess this is.
Thank you for that. Go ahead and tell him about the tree. I'm just going to put this in a safe location.
I guess we're done talking about me.
No. You tell me all you need to about you. I'm just going to put this in a safe space so it's out of sight, out of mind.
Did you beat up my husband?
What did he tell you?
He told me lots of things. First of all, he said Harkle Armstrong was Harkle Armstrong. Harkle Armstrong.
Listen, I went looking for you, and I got to your house, and he was in a pool of sobbing tears. I was bringing you a swampberry shortcake.
I missed a strawberry shortcake? That only lasted
I brought it to you. He was going to share it with you. He didn't share it with you?
He didn't bring it to the bar.
Well, I brought a swampberry shortcake, and there should be at least half a swampberry shortcake when you get home.
Are you saying my husband ate half a swampberry shortcake?
Well, quite possibly. I mean, I had a slice, he had a slice, so that
What
left
size
out.
slices you take? A quarter of a slice of Look.
Well, he cut an unnaturally large slice of swampberry shortcake.
And so you said, okay, I'm also going to cut an.
No, he cut it for me, and the piece he cut for me was a little smaller.
That's just
He's
like
a
him.
bit of a swampberry shortcake hog.
That's just like him. He can't just have a normal piece. He's got to have the half.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so he's sobbing, and he got pretty argumentative. Have you seen the argumentative side of him?
Yes, I have. It's not pretty.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, it's very not pretty.
You know, I've got this move that I learned where you can pin a person. It's that move I do on you where you pin a person's arm behind their back.
That hurts.
When they're giving you trouble.
Yes.
I know.
I know this one well.
I know. And he was giving me trouble, and I had to show him that move. Hey, you've handled it plenty of times. If you've handled it, he can handle it. He just needs to know not to mess with me.
Okay. Well.
But what you really need to focus on here is the fact that there is a swampberry shortcake in your house waiting for you.
Okay. Well. There's something else with the suit I can't quite remember.
I'm pretty sure you were just going to drop off that suit with me and then go home and eat your swampberry shortcake. Right?
I think
all that swampberry goodness, just that sweet sugary taste.
Stop, you're raising the saliva in my mouth. All right. Okay, look. Take this gorilla suit and do with it what you will. By the way, I do not want you to know why you have to have a gorilla suit.
To be fair, I don't want to know why you had one.
I only had it to bring it to you. I never saw the.
All right, I'll take you at your word on that one. It's better that way.
Okay, we're just gonna back off away from each other. Do not break eye contact as I walk out the. And we're just gonna call that a draw on the gorilla suit, okay?
All right,
Well,
it's deal.
I'm not blinking.
We're good.
I'm walking in.
Go eat that swampberry shortcake.
I will. Thank you for making swampberry shortcake. I love you.
You're welcome. Love you too.
Crash door.
And scene. Okay. I mean, technically, he didn't deliver the suit to Annie, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Was he successful? Did he fail? How do we want to go here?
I'd call that a fail. He didn't get it to Annie.
I think he got it where he thought it was supposed to go. So it's kind of a win.
Unfortunately, you don't get.
Decide.
Unfortunately, you don't get a vote. It's really Annie.
Yeah, I know.
Annie and Neil, and maybe the Discord chat if they're divided.
No,
You going fail?
I'm going fail.
He really should have gotten it to Annie.
The person that he was supposed to get it to.
All right, that is a fail for you, Lazare. Emma Jean, as if I couldn't guess, given the way that last scene went, what are you planning on doing for your scene?
What am I planning on doing? I gotta get that gorilla suit to Annie.
So your goal is pretty much get the suit to Andy and get your money?
Yes, get my extra $2 an hour.
Aim high, girl, aim high. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah. All right, so I bring the suit with me, and I knock on the door.
Yeah, who is it?
Hey, it's me.
Yeah, come on in here.
Yeah, I'm bringing in the gorilla suit. So I get it in. I show her the gorilla suit.
Wow,
I got it.
You actually did, didn't you?
So I throw it down onto the table. Now there does happen to be a candle on the table. It doesn't go onto the candle. It's right next to the candle. But it's there. It's there.
Just kind of look at the suit, very conflicted. Well, I guess I owe you a raise, don't I?
You do owe me a raise. I got you the suit. You owe me a raise. So that's going to be an extra $2 an hour. Now that is going to be retroactive for the past week, right?
No.
Because the paycheck comes out tomorrow, and I want to make sure that that $2 is reflected in my paycheck tomorrow.
No, you brought me the suit today. It starts today. It'll be on your next check.
All right, that's fine.
So how'd you do it? How'd you get the suit?
Well, I went to go talk to my brother, but he wasn't there, and you know, your brother was in a pile of tears, and so somehow my brother ended up bringing it to me. I'm not quite sure about this, but that's not actually the only thing I wanted to talk to you about today.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I have noticed that my brother has been awfully obsessed with getting this evidence on this critter, this swamp critter.
Uh-huh.
The imaginary swamp critter.
Uh-huh.
And I want to know what you know about this. Because
About
every
what?
time it seems to come up about this swamp critter, you've been acting awfully suspicious.
Oh yeah.
Word gets around
Suspicious,
town.
huh?
This is a small town, you know.
Uh-huh. And how suspicious am I acting exactly?
Well, I'm just wondering about this gorilla suit here,
Uh-huh.
and what you might be intending to use this gorilla suit for.
What exactly do you think I use it for?
Well, I imagine there might be multiple uses for a gorilla suit. Some able to be talked about in church and some not.
Indeed, there might be. And where do you
using
think
this
I am?
gorilla suit in a way that would make Jesus proud?
I stand and I pick up the gorilla suit and I walk across the room and stick it into a closet. And as I open the door, there are various artifacts of creature type, and I close the door and I walk back and sit down and say, honey, what I do with the suit is my business.
Oh.
What was that?
Indeed, what was that?
You're going to tell me what that was, or I'm going to go back and I'm going to have a conversation with Deputy Caleb Tompkins that you're not going to like.
Oh, is that so? And what might that conversation have to do with?
That conversation might have a recommendation for a search warrant in it. That conversation might have a recommendation to take a little walk out in a swampy, stinky cave.
That's quite the recommendation. Let me ask you something. What do I have out in that cave?
Oh, I don't know. You might have one of two things out in that stinky, swampy cave. You might have, oh, I don't know, just a bunch of swamp plants. Or you might have some illegal swamp plants that lieutenant needs to investigate right now.
And
it all depends on the conversation I have with him.
And
now, what's in the closet?
What do you think I've been doing with those illegal swamp plants?
No. Not Lieutenant Deputy Caleb Tompkins.
I hear he's one of my best customers.
I can't believe you would do this. You know what? When the sheriff gets back in town, I mean, he has been gone for 3 months, but I have faith that he will be back any day now. When he gets back in town, you just need to...
What makes you think that I don't have him as a customer, too?
Is there anybody in this town that you are not selling to other than me and your brother? Because God knows your brother has never smoked pot in his life.
You don't want to see him high. Oh, Lord. Imagine him. Just sit there a moment and imagine him high, honey. Think about that for a minute.
I really prefer not to.
Yeah. It's a good thing he doesn't smoke. Look, I'll put it to you this way. I make the money.
That's it? You just make the money? I make
the money. I gotta help pay for your brother. Are you gonna question how I get that money? If I'm also keeping your house out of debt, I'm giving you a job. I just gave you a $2 an hour raise. I'm helping supply your brother with the money that he's using to buy the stupid equipment to go fight the beast. Are you going to question me on how I make my money?
No. You know what? Not today. That's all right.
That's
you
wise.
Just keep whatever's in that closet. You just keep this little cave to yourself. That's all right. I'm going to walk out now, but we're not done.
That might be wise of you.
And I'll leave.
Okay. Well, I mean, your goal was to get the raise.
I got the raise.
You got the raise. It's kind of along the same lines as Heath's scene. He sort of accomplished the goal, but not what he set out to do. I don't know. You have a difference of opinion there, Mr. Neil?
No, I mean, she got the raise. She just hasn't gotten the money. Like.
It was never about getting the money. It was about the raise.
Yeah, she got the raise. I say it's a good die.
Heath, agree, disagree? All right.
Agree.
All right, Imogene, that's a light die for you.
All right.
If there's a light die left when it comes around, you actually could possibly survive this, but the odds of that are low. All right, Annie, you have the scene.
I am actually going to go back and visit Clem, but it is a late night meeting. I have been furiously trying to text him all day and have gotten no response, and now I'm going over there in person.
Okay.
And my goal is to get him to call off the men that are going after my brother.
Okay.
And I go over and I start furiously banging on his door.
Hang on, I'm coming. Jesus.
Clem, hurry up, it's me.
I figured it was you. Who else comes to visit me at this hour of the damn night?
I've been texting you all day. Where have you been?
Been working.
You have not been working. I've been trying to contact you.
I've been doing things.
Thanks. I got the suit back. I need you to call off the men.
Oh, that's a problem.
Don't take that tone. What did you do?
It's not a tone. I did what you told me to. I told Caleb that he needed to flush him out of the house and then to just go and ransack it and get the suit. He's already there.
No, you gotta call him off.
You know I can't call him while he's working.
No, this is unacceptable. You need to get him out of there. My brother does not have the suit.
Oh God! If he doesn't have the suit, I don't know what Caleb's gonna do.
I have the suit, and Emma Jean brought me the suit. You've got to get him out of there.
Oh, all right. Well, I can try and head over to the station, and I can try and radio him, I guess. But I mean, he's already there.
What do I do? I need to get over there and make sure things don't go south.
Oh, you don't want to be anywhere over there. You don't want to be seen there.
Why?
Because if this thing goes sideways, you don't want it to get pinned on you. Look.
You're right.
He knows Neil's your brother.
What do I do?
I would just go home and wait for your brother to call in tears. I mean, that's his motive. That's his MO, isn't it? He'll call. He'll be all upset. He'll be like, "Oh,
what do you think he's gonna do? What will he do to my brother?"
Well, it depends on what he finds out about the suit. I mean, if he finds out that
he's not gonna find the suit, it's not there.
Right, but if he tells him where the suit is, then maybe everything will be all right.
Your phone starts ringing.
I look at the caller ID. I gotta take this hoe.
The sheriff, the police officer that came over to my house and they were looking for the suit, the gorilla suit. I told them I didn't have it, and I told them I gave it, and then they started like threatening to do stuff to the house, and they set my house on fire. They set the house on fire. Winger was in the house. He was on the house.
What?
Winger came running out of the house like a bat out of hell, and he was just running around the yard, and he was on fire. And he caught my yard on fire. I tried to put him out. I couldn't put him out. I picked up a bucket of water, and it wasn't water. It was gasoline. And I threw the bucket of gasoline on the dog, and he just exploded. But he didn't die yet. So I picked up another bucket and I tried to drown him because I wanted to put him out of his misery, and I just had to hold him down. He's the most resilient dog ever.
Oh my lord! What happened? No.
My dog caught on fire and then I drowned it. I drowned my exploding dog. I was wrong. This is the worst day. This is the darkest timeline. I can't handle it. I'm going to the cave and I'm going to smoke everything in this cave.
Don't you touch the cave. I'll be right.
He hangs up.
No, Neil.
Everything all right?
They set the dog on fire.
Winger? Why the hell would he set Winger on fire?
He set the whole damn house on fire.
Well,
the dog was in the house.
That seems excessive.
The dog exploded.
How does a dog explode? Now, you know what? I don't want to know. You got stuff to deal with. I think our business here is concluded. I'm going to go back to bed. You got the suit.
Yeah. I need to go and check on my brother.
Yeah.
And I leave.
I don't think we need much discussion on how well that went for her. Winger exploded and was drowned. That's the opposite of calling it off, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know.
That was a fail.
Yeah. So we're into the final 4 scenes. We're into the climax as things start to get worse. We still have 2 light and 2 dark left, though. So, Neil, what would you like to do?
I am gonna head to the cave, and I am going to. I'm gonna do exactly what I set out to do, which was to get some of that marijuana and smoke it, but I don't know how to smoke it, so I'm gonna set everything on fire and just stand by the cave and try to breathe it in, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I thought you had to create like a bonfire, like, because I don't know how much you need for one person.
So you're just basically like loose wood, whatever you can find around, and just
loose wood, and I'm gonna go set the cave on fire and try to inhale.
Okay. Let's anybody else that feels like they need to visit while this happens, let's just see how this plays out.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I'm building this little like bonfire, and I'm like crying. I'm still in like my nice pajama set that we got on the wedding registry that's got Looney Tunes on them, and I like set up this little fire, and I'm like burning stuff, and like I haven't realized, I don't know what weed looks like, so I've just been taking anything that was made of like burnable material in the cave and throwing it on this little bonfire and just setting it on fire and just sitting there by the mouth of the cave.
Well, and I work in those fields, and I just went and returned the gorilla suit. So now that I'm getting $2 more an hour, I'd be heading out there.
Yeah.
To earn my $2 more.
Right.
So I see this fire starting.
Yeah.
And I run over in his direction and say, "What the hell are you doing?"
I'm having the worst day of my life. I'm smoking the marijuana like a heathen. And I'm going to sit here and enjoy this because I've never done it before. And I'm having a bad day. And if you want to break my arm, you can break my arm.
There are a lot easier ways to smoke the marijuana than what you're doing right now. Right now, you're burning all the marijuana.
Well, nobody taught me.
You seem to be forgetting that right now, this is my livelihood. This is your livelihood because your money is coming from this marijuana. This is your husband's livelihood, and this is his sister's livelihood. So you are burning up all of our livelihoods right now, as we speak.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. If we do this, then we can't buy any of the equipment. We're not going to be able to have food. I don't even have a place to live anymore.
You are not going to be able to buy dog food for your dog if you keep this up. What the hell are you crying about now?
That's not going to be a problem. Because I guess I'm a cat person now. Like some kind of asshole.
What is wrong with you? Who is a cat person?
No, my dog exploded tonight, and it wasn't even my fault. The sheriff came looking for a gorilla suit, and my dog exploded.
Your dog? How did your dog explode? How does the dog explode?
Because
how did the sheriff make your dog explode?
Well, the house caught on fire, and I tried to put the dog out, and it was a bucket of gasoline. I don't want to get into the specifics. Mistakes were made all the way around tonight.
The sheriff exploded your dog?
Oh.
I liked that dog. In fact, I liked that dog better than I like you sometimes.
I love that dog more than I will ever love you or any other member of this stinking town other than my husband and my sister.
And you're just an awful woman, but I appreciate your sympathy so much.
Do you think that there's anything you can do to help me put out this fire?
Yes.
Because that is our first priority.
Yes, let's put out the fire. And I start looking around for. Oh no! I call the fire department, and I go, "Hello, fire department. We are at the cave off Route 97, and my sister's weed is all on fire. Please, I need y'all to come out here and put out this fire, please. There is a whole field of it, and if she does, then nobody's going to be able to smoke any more weed in this town. So please."
I realize what he's saying, and I smack the phone out of his hand, but it is too late. Like, he has given way too much information to them already. I said, "You idiot! You just told them at the fire department that there is illegal weed and where to find it.
Is that bad?
You are some kind of special idiot, aren't you? Once again, our livelihoods are totally, completely obsolete if this disappears. Or if all of us are in jail."
Okay, I can fix this. I will go set another place on fire. Before the fire trucks get here, they will see the other places on fire, and they will stop there.
That is actually the best idea you've come up with yet.
Okay.
All right, so let's walk from here in the direction of the fire station.
You know
and
what?
about 300 paces that way, we'll set something on fire.
You know what? I know the perfect place. Have you ever been to Clem's? Scene.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
That was wonderful.
So here's the question. Did you succeed?
What was the goal
I
again?
did.
To get
Was
high.
to get high.
Yeah.
And I set all that weed on fire.
But did you get high from it?
Oh,
I'm not
I
so
think-
sure you did.
I think I did by the end of it. But I will leave it to the group to decide.
I don't think he got high. I think the decision he made could have been made by a very high person. But I'm not sure he actually got high.
I don't know, there was a lot of smoke there.
But no one was like exhibiting signs.
This is a tough call. I don't know exactly how high you would get from burning entire plants.
Super high.
I'm not an expert on the weed by any stretch of the imagination, but doesn't it have to be dried out? Wouldn't like live plants not burn super well?
I'm pretty sure.
But would they be growing live? Is that a thing?
I didn't catch everything you said.
No.
Live what?
Live weed growing in a cave? Is that a thing?
Yeah, grow lights.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Okay,
Sure.
hang it.
I'm
So,
You just strung massive electrical cords out there.
okay, Discord chat, we need to come out to you guys because the players are in disagreement as to whether or not this was a success or a fail. Does Neil get a light die or a dark die?
I've heard it. The chat is saying it depends on the season.
How exactly does the season have anything to do with it?
You know, there are no wrong answers in the chat. I mean, except that one. But
I am evenly based on both die. So why don't we say
Let's say the first person to answer, that's what we go with, whether
Okay.
they say light or dark.
the first person to type light or dark is what we go with. So, ready, go. Or not.
Now there's that
There
delay.
is a delay.
Oh, I hate the delay. This is riveting, is what this is. This is riveting television.
Completely. So
Brian,
riveting.
what do you have for me?
Oh, light.
Light.
Subs says light.
Okay, so I have a dark
So-
die, a light die, a dark die, a light die.
And now a light die.
So 3 light and 2 dark.
Yep,
Yes.
you have 3 light and 2 dark is your final total. And that brings up, Alyssa, that means there's only 1 light die left.
Cool.
The question
Go
is,
well.
so only one, well, 2 scenes could go well because Fire's die will be wild, and so her scene is however it plays out. We got 2 votes for light as well, so you definitely got a light die. Lazare,
Okay.
what are you doing with your scene? Your house is on fire, your dog is on fire, the cave is on fire.
I am going, after having delivered the gorilla suit, I'm going home for some rest and relaxation.
This tracks.
And the scene pretty much starts with me walking through the burnt remains of my home.
Wait, but what is your goal here? What does success
Rest.
look like?
Rest and relaxation.
Oh God, okay.
I'm going to say that after I got the call from my brother, I headed over there
Okay.
To the cave or to the house?
To the house.
to the house.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
My equipment is melted. My
Oh, my lord.
evidence is melted.
My brother was right. They burnt the place, didn't they?
Where is Neil? Where did he
He-
go?
He wasn't in the house. He called me. He told me the house was on fire.
Did
I
he
don't
burn
know.
down this house?
No, I don't believe he did.
I'm gonna get. Hold on a second. I gotta walk outside. All right. Everything on the front is was on fire. There's a. Where's my bucket of gasoline? Oh my god. Oh my god. What's
funny,
that? What's
funny story with all
what's
that.
Wait. Go. Okay, tell me the funny story. Because I see
Yeah.
something out of the corner of my eye that I really gotta go check out. So better be very funny.
Oh God.
Very funny. Come on.
Oh.
Because if what I see out of the corner of my eye is what I think, this may be the worst day of my entire life.
When I say funny, I don't actually mean ha ha funny.
You're on a time limit to getting to the point. Because I'm
my brother
gonna look at you and listen and walk towards this horrible thing.
I'm gonna grab his arms so that he doesn't go over there, and I'll say, "All right, look.
I'm sweaty and slipping through your grip.
They set the house on fire, and Winger was inside the house, and
What?
Neil tried to put him out,
What?
and he grabbed the bucket,
Put
and he
him
thought
out?
it was water, and it wasn't
Water?
water.
No, it's gasoline.
Gasoline, yeah.
The water's over there, various temperatures.
Yeah, and Winger kind of exploded,
What?
and then
Kinda exploded. What?
kind of
What?
exploded. Yeah, your dog
don't-
is dead.
Well, when a dog's exploding, you try to drown it. So did he try to drown
Yes.
it?
Yeah, oh, he succeeded.
He drowned the exploding dog. Is that charred?
He
Is that
succeeded
soggy,
at drowning the
charred-
dog. Yes,
Is
your
that-
dog is dead.
I wiggle free of her grip and I cradle the charred, soggy remains and pick up Winger, slopping all over my part of his is going this way and that way, and I wander into the water of the swamp, and Winger, I'm gonna bring you back, boy. I'm gonna bring you to the swamp creature, and he's gonna bring you back to life.
Honey, Lazar, no, honey.
I can
it don't
barely
work
hear
that
you. I'm
way.
in the water.
It don't work that way, honey. No.
It's deep. It's really.
And I run after him.
And scene. Oh my. So, Lazare has submerged himself in the swamp water with the charred remains of his dog, with his sister-in-law Annie running after him.
That was definitely a fail.
I suppose drowning yourself could be restful, but it definitely would not be relaxing.
No.
I think we got to call that a fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which also means that you somehow ended up with 3 dark dice.
3 dark dice.
Which means
Ooh,
unless you roll really low, you shouldn't die.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
You may have the best outcome of anyone. All right. Emma Jean.
I'm up. I am actually going to settle a score with Deputy Caleb Tompkins.
Uh-oh.
So, because I liked that dog. I really did. I mean, I like that dog
More
way
than you
better
like.
than my brother's husband. Yeah.
Oh.
So I've got a real problem with the fact that he exploded their dog.
Okay, so what are you going to do? So what's your goal here?
I am going to beat the crap out of him after I yell at him some.
Okay.
My goal is to do some cold-blooded score settling.
Okay. So you head off to the sheriff's station?
I do. Deputy Caleb Tompkins.
Evening, Miss Emma Jean. How are you this fine night?
Well, I'm more interested in how you are this fine night. What have you been doing for the past hour or two?
He goes, you smell a little bit smoky there, Missy.
Yeah, you know what you do too? A little bit like, I don't know, house burning? It's that house burning smell. It's particularly aromatic.
Now, I would be careful throwing around accusations if I was you, Missy.
Oh, really?
I am the law
And
in this
she
here.
grabs his arm and she pins it. She's got one move, but she's really good
She's
at
good
it.
at it. Ow, 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 ow.
What did you do to my brother's house and his dog?
You are assaulting an officer of the law. Is this really a path you want to go down?
Well, I'm already down it, so I might as well keep walking.
I don't know if it's me you should be angry at.
Really? Who should I be angry at? Was there someone else who killed my brother's dog?
I was just doing what Miss Annie told me to.
Oh, Miss Annie told you to kill my brother's dog, is that right?
No, Miss Annie told me to go and use whatever means necessary to get that gorilla suit from his house.
Oh, so she told you to burn his house down? Is that what she told you to do?
She didn't tell me not to.
How are you supposed to get a gorilla suit by burning a house down? That is not logical.
Well, he said he didn't have it and he wouldn't tell me where it was.
So you burned his house down?
Not on purpose.
It sounds to me like the fault is not Miss Annie. The fault is your own stupidity. And she twists his arm harder.
Yeah, wait, ow, 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 will you stop?
No, why should I stop? You killed my brother's dog.
I didn't mean to kill his dog. Why'd the dog stay in the house?
Oh, I'm sorry. See, you're a deputy, so you would know these things. When somebody says, oh, I accidentally killed somebody, but I didn't mean to, you just let them go on your way, right? Just, oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't realize you didn't mean to kill him. You just go on to the ice cream shop and get yourself a root beer float.
Oh, I didn't think of that. That would have been nice. No, I just came back here and disposed of the evidence.
The evidence? What evidence?
Well, you know, the evidence that I burnt down the house. Who are they going to believe? Him or me? I'm the deputy.
Right. Well, you know what? I can take care of this for you. Yeah, where is that evidence again? You disposed of all of it?
I destroyed it, yeah.
Of it?
Yeah?
Yeah. Wait, hang on a minute. You burned down a house. What evidence did you have?
Wait, if you can't figure it out, I'm not going to tell you.
You had a lighter? Some gasoline?
Yeah.
Sure.
And she twists his arm harder.
Emma Jean, your text message alert goes off.
Bloop.
So she pins his arm with one hand, and she pulls her phone out of the pocket and just glances down at it to look at the text message.
Hey, I thought I would cover our bases, so I set the sheriff's the deputy place on fire as well. It's gonna get real hot in there. You might want to run out of there. XO.
She puts the phone back in her pocket. She says, "You know what? Perhaps you just need to stay in here and think about this a little bit." And she pulls her arm back and she swings and she punches him as hard as she can across the face, intended to knock him out so that she can hightail it out of the room.
Okay. And Deputy Caleb drops like a sack of potatoes on the floor.
And she hightails it out of there.
All right.
I think you settled that score very nicely.
That score was very settled. That is a light die for you.
Oh, yeah.
That gives you 4 light and 1 dark.
Oh, my God.
That's a lot
You
of
may
dice.
come out of this too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, it looks like nobody's going to be entirely even. And Annie, there's only a dark die left, but because it's the last scene, it could be a light or a dark. It's effectively a wild card. So however your scene plays out is how it plays out. How would you like to end the scene before we go into a finale?
Well, I've lost all of my pot. But luckily, I have a side business to fall back on. So I'm going to be out in the swamp doing that side business. And my goal is to create more evidence of the beast. And I'm wearing the gorilla suit.
Okay. And so you're trying to create more beast evidence. Very good. And take it away.
All right, I need to make me some money. I lost everything, and I put on this gorilla suit, and I'm out in the swamp just stomping around in these big fake feet. I mean, it's a horrible gorilla suit. I'm breaking branches and just leaving all sorts of trails that wind out into the water.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my. I have nothing to record this. But there it is.
I freeze realizing that there's someone actually out there.
I swim a little bit. Let's.
And I start running as fast as I can through the water, which isn't very good because the suit is basically waterlogged.
Wait. I'm swimming with all my might. I'm within reach. I grab hold of the back of the suit. Well, I don't know it's a suit. I just grab hold of fur.
No, stop!
Oh my god, it speaks English. Swamp critter.
Yeah.
I got you. Oh,
Yeah.
Is that your name?
Yeah.
Swamp critter. I've been searching for you for so long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take you with me, Swamp critter. I'm gonna take you to.
Now, see, here's the thing. And I turn around and I pull the mask off.
Hey, you're tearing off your face! Oh, wait.
Yeah. Hi.
My husband's sister's a swamp critter?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, honey. I know that you thought it was real, but I'm just trying to make a buck.
So you're telling me that your business model is putting on a gorilla suit and swimming in the swamp for money? How is that working out for you? How much money have you already made swimming in the swamp near basically just me?
So here's the thing. You have been obsessing over this for a really long time. You've been buying all of this expensive equipment and putting my brother in debt. I've been paying for all that. How do you expect me to get my money back?
Well, this might surprise you. The one thing I did do that I wasn't sure it would be a good decision at the time was I started paying this man from the insurance company for my house.
What are you trying to tell me?
Well, basically, we lost our house, and I think if I could just find the papers, I wondered where I stored them. There's probably something that talks about the $1 million coverage that I put on that in tiny little payments over weeks and weeks and months and years.
Wait, what?
Well,
You telling me you had a paper worth $1 million in that house?
Yes. Yeah, well, I didn't put the paper in the house. I mean, what if the house burned down?
Okay. Where did you put that paper? Please don't tell me it was in the fucking tree.
No, that's ridiculous. There's this rock right next to Caleb's.
I think as soon as he says that, the two of them have to hear a large guttural growl coming from right behind them.
What was
And
that?
scene. All right, so what do we think, light or dark for that? I feel like it was kind of the opposite of planting evidence because she revealed herself.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's dark.
All right, so what's going to happen now, folks at home, these guys are going to roll their dice. So Emma Jean's going to roll 4 light and 1 dark. She's going to add up all the light dice and then subtract the dark die from that because I'm guessing the light is going to be a larger number. Annie is going to roll 2 dark and 1 light and subtract that and give me the higher number. Neil is going to do 3 light and 2 dark, and Lazare is going to do 3 dark. And then we'll just go around and everyone will give me their number. What do you got?
My lights were a 6, and then a 1, and a 2, and a 2.
So that's 11. And what was your dark?
It was also a 6, so the 2 6s cancel each other out, so I've got a 5.
So you ended up with a light 5 with all of those dice? Dang. All right. Annie?
All right, my light was a 5 and my dark was a 3.
So your 2 darks together added up to 3?
Yes.
Okay, so you ended up with a light 2. Neil?
I actually have gotten something I've never gotten playing a game of Fiasco.
Okay.
I have gotten a 0.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's the worst of all the rolls.
That is,
Yep.
okay. And
I'm so excited.
and Lazare, 3 dark dice. What do you got?
8.
All right, so I'm going to now, for you folks at home, the way this plays out is each die is like a post-credits kind of a scene. So each of the dice, they'll take a die, it doesn't matter which. By convention, you can go, if it's a dark die, it's a bad thing, but it doesn't have to be. And so you'd say, this is Lazare, and do a 2 or 3 sentence description of some scene after the effects of the last scene. So that means that Lazare and Annie will get 3 scenes, and Emma Jean and Neil will each get 5 scenes. But let me tell you what their outcomes are from our amazing aftermath table. So a dark 8. Nothing to write home about. Back where you started, maybe sore and broke, just like yesterday and tomorrow. You probably learned something, though, like how to do it right next time. next time. So that's yours, Lazare. Light 5 was our next best. Miserable. You are humiliated in a big public way, and whatever reputation you once had is now in dirty pieces all around you. You'll never think about these days without a shudder of horror at your own aggressive stupidity. That's for you, Emma Jean. Annie, White 2, merciless. You might not be dead on the outside, but you sure as hell are dead on the inside. The emotional or mental wounds you have suffered will never heal. The future is a brick wall. And now, for Neil, 0, the worst thing in the universe. This probably doesn't include death, because death would be way better than whatever this is. Be creative, and don't settle for the first worst thing that comes to mind. There's something darker, more awful, more wretched in there somewhere. Billy, I have great faith in your ability to...
All right.
So why don't we go Billy, Tracy, and then start with fire and go around the horn, and then that should just about use up all the dice, and then Billy and Tracy wrap up.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Neil. Neil, after setting fire to the sheriff's station, was promptly arrested by the sheriff, who happened to be pulling up at the exact same time that he was setting fire to the sheriff's station. And Neil tried to explain to him everything that was happening, which the sheriff did not believe whatsoever, and promptly threw him in the back of his squad car and took him directly to the next jail, next county over.
Imogene?
Oh gosh, it's gonna be hard to make it miserable with 4 light dice to deal with. All right, so I've got to have 4 good things. This is Emma, and she realizes that although she beat up the deputy, which was not a good choice, he's still alive, and he hasn't said anything yet. So far, she's doing pretty good.
Annie.
Okay, first I have a question. I have 2 of these that I have to do.
You have 3 total. 1 for each die.
Okay, this is Annie trying to pick up the shattered remains of her life and livelihood, cleaning out the cave and trying to figure out if she has enough money to start over from scratch.
Okay. Neil?
All right, this is...
No, Neil.
Sorry.
We're going around now.
You're right, got it.
This is Neil. He gets visitors that come to the prison quite a bit. He gets to see his husband, but even his husband's visits stop occasionally because he set fire to a sheriff's station, and there was a knocked out sheriff inside that he swears he had nothing to do with, but nobody believes him. So, yeah. So even his husband stops coming to visit. His sister, it takes longer, but even she stops coming to visit until the prisons get overcrowded and he's released, and he goes back to his town to discover that everybody that he once knew has moved away, and it's a ghost town, and they've cut all contact. So now it is him living alone in this small town.
Lazare.
This is Lazare. He met the swamp creature. He lived with the swamp creature for a short period of time. The swamp creature eventually went away. Then Lazare hit his head and forgot that he ever had seen the swamp creature.
Oh, God.
Emma Jean?
All right. Although Emma Jean now has a pretty bad reputation in the town, she realizes that with her brother's husband arrested, she needs to take a little bit better care of him. So she convinces him to move one county over so that he can be a little bit closer to be able to visit him.
Annie.
This is Annie realizing that the more time she spent in that cave, the more the swamp creature seemed to appear before her, and it scared her more than pretty much anything. So she has given up on the idea of ever reclaiming the cave and her livelihood through pot.
Neil.
This is Neil, who has become so dejected and down upon himself and unkept that when he's living in the swamp and he sees his husband come up to him, he realizes that he has gone so far south that his husband actually believes him to be the swamp creature. And he spends time with him making guttural sounds and living this life, and until one day he realizes this is the worst possible point in his life, and he takes this rock that he has and he hits the back of his husband's head and runs out of the cave and goes deeper and deeper into the swamp.
Lazare.
This is Lazare going to visit his sister in this county over, right? We moved to county over.
Yes.
And trying to ask her what happens now. I think I'm gonna go back to the old town just to get one last look before I can really say goodbye. And as he's walking out the door, he trips and falls on his face.
Emma Jean?
But does he keep going?
Yeah,
Does he keep going back to the town?
He gets up, but
All right.
he's a mess.
This is Emma Jean. This is another light dice. This is Emma Jean going in search of her brother to protect him, and get into the swamp and get near the cave, and she doesn't find her brother, but she sees what she is more sure than anything in her life is an actual swamp creature. She runs back into town and tells everyone, but has no evidence. And though she's publicly humiliated, she knows she can go back and find her brother and tell him that she believes him.
All right, Annie, how does your story end?
This is Annie realizing that she has absolutely nothing left in this town. Her business is gone. She can't even pretend to be the swamp creature anymore. Her brother is at this point still in jail, and things are just absolutely hopeless for her. She decides to move to the big city, thinking if she could do it in the small town, she could do it in the big city, and she was horribly wrong and found herself homeless and living on the streets, begging for the last bit of money just for the hope of getting high to just forget everything that has happened to her.
Neil.
This is Neil,
who doesn't stop moving deeper into the swamp and keeps trekking into the darker places, away and away and away from society, going deeper and deeper and traveling for what feels like years. And he finally gets to a point where he recognizes what looks to be electricity and lights. And as he takes a step forward, the sad realization hits him.
Okay. Lazare, how does your story end?
I didn't hear the last realization. He froze for a second.
I'm holding it.
Oh, okay.
He's holding it for his last die. That was a dramatic pause.
It was frozen as well, so sorry. Okay, this last one is Lazare. Stumbles out of Clem's, broken, then remembers the rock. Goes to the rock, moves the rock, finds the insurance claim, files it, gets $1 million, builds a mansion in the next town over for himself and his sister. He decides to get a new dog. He calls this one Singer. And he's setting up a crate for Singer to sit in while eating some swampberry pie made by his sister. And he accidentally slips and snaps his spine and is paralyzed and finds he is never able to actually pet his new dog after that, and lives in this mansion for the rest of his life.
Emma Jean?
All right, this is Emma Jean. After she finally is so excited that she can go back and she can tell her brother that she believes him, that there is a swamp critter and they can hunt this thing down together. And she goes back to Clem's and she buys the Swampler, and she buys several other pieces of very expensive equipment so that she can go back to him and prove to him that she is on the same page and they are ready to do this together. And she walks up to the door of his house, their house, and that's where I stop.
All right, Neil, how does your story end?
Neil realizes that that's not lights. It's a fire. All these years of wandering, it's a fire, and he recognizes this fire. It's the fire of the sheriff's station. Oh, that's right. I didn't make it out of the sheriff's station. The sheriff got out of his car, and he saw me setting fire to the place, and he shot me dead. Oh, that's right. And the dog burned up, drowned, comes walking up out of the swamp, and he looks up at me and he goes, again. And everything starts over.
Emma Jean, how does your story end?
Emma Jean walks up to her house and gets there to discover that while she was gone, her brother broke his back. And during the time that she's helping him get to the hospital and getting into just enough recovery to get through, she's she's telling him all this exciting news about the things she bought and what she saw. And that she can get him a swamp cycle, and even with his broken back, they can go back together, and he can travel through the swamp, and we can find the critter. And it does not matter how hard she tries to convince him, he no longer believes. No matter what she says, he no longer believes in the swamp critter. And she lives a long and lonely and depressed life with no one that believes her.
The end. And we fade to black. Credits roll. Damn.
Wow.
I said,
No happy endings.
no.
Fiasco.
This is Fiasco. This is not. What was it? This isn't Happy Fun Rainbow Unicorn Time. Was that what you said, Billy?
That's what I said.
No.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of you for tuning in and sitting with us through our technical difficulties as we learn this. Watch for more fiascos. They're going to be coming on Wednesdays. There's going to be a rotating cast through these. You're going to see other people. These same people again in different combinations. Someone else's head may end up in this corner here with my head down there somewhere. It should be a good time, but that's a little bit how the game goes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you for a few minutes over in voice chat. Thanks very much, and have a good night.